Namaskar. Good afternoon. सबैजना जो आउनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूलाई स्वागत म पनि गर्न चाहन्छु अनि म चाहिँ अब यो प्रेजेन्टेसन चाहिँ मैले सबै इङ्ग्लिसमा बनाएको भएर कतिवटा टर्मिनोलोजीहरू म आफैलाई पनि नेपालीमा ठ्याक्कै भन्दाखेरि गाह्रो हुने भएर आई विल बी युजिङ बोथ इङ्ग्लिस एन्ड नेपाली ल्याङ्ग्वेज ठिकै हुन्छ अनि सो आइ एम Rupa Munakarmi. As Pratisha just said that I have recently completed my PhD journey and I have got two supervisors, one from Kathmandu University, and Professor Mohansnath sir, and one is from Pratisha sir. And I always say that I'm really blessed to have such a dynamic personality as my research supervisors. That's why I could have completed my thesis even after the 6 years journey, like in the 7 years. So today I'm going to present on, like Sir said, I'm going to present my part of thesis on the topic like Unveiling the Ethos of Integrity, Exploring Teachers' Understanding in Nepali Public Schools. So I said that understanding and practices, and I removed that practices because whenever we talk about it, understanding practices comes within that. So this is my topic, and this is my presentation outline that I will be talking about the introduction part and then few literature review and the research methodology. This is as a whole a thesis portion, and then I will be talking about the empirical journey, and finally I will be talking about my insights and discussion with the conclusions. So as my research is on the teacher's integrity, the word integrity itself is from the Latin word that is integritas, and which means the state of wholeness, and wholeness is regarded as fundamental and central notion of integrity. And in Nepali, the term integrity means sadachar, which means sat, which is etymologically consisted of two terms, that is sat and achar, which means good behavior or conduct. And in Eastern philosophy also, the Kautilya has said that good morals and behavior in society is necessary to maintain the integrity. And basically, the base meaning of integrity is rooted in the concept of wholeness, like integrity, like wholeness, and honesty and adherence to the principle. However, the definition ranges from like culturally or according to the context. For me, according to me, like for me, integrity is to behave with others with strong internal guiding principles of being good without any compromises. And whenever we talk about integrity, even if I raise a question on the floor, and even if I ask you all about what integrity is actually for you, then there might be different answer or different terminology you can use to define the term integrity. And when I went through the literature, it shows like integrity is taken as honesty, loyalty and fairness, and it is also taken as incorruptibility, honesty, impartiality and accountability. And somewhere in some literature and some organizations define integrity as opposite of corruption, like integrity action and national integrity system assessment. Not only they not only define integrity as opposite of corruption, but they also define it as a moral conduct as well. But they take integrity as the terminology that is used as the opposite of corruption. So integrity action define integrity as the combination of 4 elements, that is accountability, competence, ethical consideration and corruption control. And the International Center for Academic Integrity define integrity from 5 different principles, that is honesty, trust, fairness, respect, responsibility, and they have added courage in it, so it becomes 6. And so by saying these definitions, it ranges from opposing corruption to encompassing moral conduct, and integrity is looking beyond compliances, and integrity involves taking proactive steps to ensure ethical behavior and good governance. So when we go through the literature, we can see different definition that defines integrity, and the literature also shows that there is absence of a universal definition of integrity or teachers' integrity. So when we talk about integrity and when we connect it with education, integrity in education is an emerging and important concept because a lack of integrity has been recognized as one of the main problems in education. And when we talk about teachers' integrity, it has become a significant global issue, and recently there has been a lot of discussion about the value-based education in our society. And when we talk about value-based education, teachers plays a significant role in providing quality education, and we all accept that. But however, teachers are frequently blamed, like for having more absenteeism, not fulfilling their duties, and misusing funds that are meant for teaching materials, like misusing the funds for textbook, teachers using fake certificates and ghost schools. And there might be different reasons behind this blame, and one of it might be the teachers' integrity. So there is several concerns about the role of teachers' integrity in impacting students' education, and I think there is a need to explore like how teachers themselves understand what integrity is for them. So the purpose of my study is to explore the understanding of the public school teachers' integrity in school and how they practice it. And for that I have formed a research question, that is, how do teachers understand and practice integrity in their everyday school context. Others are my thesis, other research questions, which I'm not going to talk about it today. And like this study is significant because it helps teachers understand their role in building positive relationship with student, colleague, and the community, and it also helps the school administration to gain insight into teachers' integrity perception and practices. So whenever we talk about teachers' integrity in school, it is a mostly discussed phenomenon. It is mostly discussed, like we as an educationist, we talk about integrity, but there are very less research that has conducted under this topic. And integrity in school is crucial due to its direct influence on socio-cultural values, norms, and belief. And when there is integrity in school, it promotes social advancement, strong relationship, and success in professional setting. And it is essential for academic success and personal growth also. So it is one of the mostly discussed phenomena in the education sector. And integrity has also become a burning challenge in Nepali society because we have been hearing about the blames that teachers are getting. So corrupt practices in schools create a culture of mistrust and affect the integrity of the education system. So the lack of understanding and implementation of educational policies, corruption, and unfair practices pose significant challenges to maintain integrity in school. So I have reviewed a few policies that are related to education and integrity in Nepal, like the administrators and the political leaders had already set the code of conduct for different professional long before establishing an anti-corruption agency at a central level. And Nepal brought a new Corruption Prevention Act in 2002 and the first National Anti-Corruption Strategy in 2008 as a priority of the country. And when we talk about Education Act and its amendment, it has mentioned integrity within it, and teachers' code of conduct are also there so that the teachers can work with integrity. But the crucial point to note is that like integrity is used in the act without clear instruction on how to put into practice. And recently, like we have a draft of our Education Act or policy in this Bagmati province as well, and in one discussion program I was a part of it, and I've seen like there has been talk about integrity, not focused on teachers but of students. I was like student ko at least integrity ko kura ta त्यो policy le ल्याएको छ एउटा column-ma, तर फेरि पनि अझ पनि teachers integrity, what teachers integrity is actually भनेर चाहिँ अझ पनि हाम्रो policy-मा चाहिँ खुलेर आएको छैन. And in 2018 a national integrity policy was also drafted and in 2018, and however that draft policy still needs to be adopted. And so I have framed myself in two theoretical positioning, that is socio-cultural perspective and socio-capital perspective. I'm just skipping what is that and all. And as I've already said, that Nepal has few studies on public expenditure tracking, funding to schools and school governance issues, but there are no specific empirical study regarding teachers' understanding and practice of integrity. And by doing this research, I think that the interplay between socio-cultural values and social network, my study could provide insight into how schools can promote and support teachers' integrity. And for this, I have followed an interpretive paradigm and under that interpretive paradigm, I have followed ethnographic approach because it allowed me to involve myself in the social setting fully, and I was deeply to understand deeply how people act and interact with my research topic. And ethnography is a way of studying people's behavior, belief, and practice within the context of their cultural existence. And as integrity itself is a sensitive issue, then I think ethnographic was one of the best methods to adopt on. And regarding the research site and research participant, I have done my ethnographic study in 2 research schools. One was located in semi-urban and one was located in rural area. And I selected those schools in terms of learning achievement. One was better performing and one was low performing. And I have conducted in-depth interview that both formal and informal. And I have during my field work, I have explored when one does ethnographic, more than formal, informal interviews works more. And for the informal interviews, like being a Nepali, I gave the term gaf-gaf. Gaf-gaf गर्दाखेरि बढी कुरा आउने. Formal हुँदाखेरि जब whenever you keep recorder or you start with you start jotting down the information from the participant, they become अलिकति steady भएर अलिकति सोच विचार गरेर बोल्ने जस्तो, अलिकति डराउने जस्तो, अलिकति खुलेर नबोल्ने जस्तो. But whenever I talk with my participant in informal setting, in informal way, more cases, more incidents were explored. So I also did observation, and I have maintained both my field diary and a recorder to keep account of field observation and instant reflection on them. And data, I have analyzed my data from the day I have started my field work, because Creswell has also said that if you start analyzing your data during your field work, you can enhance your field work, and it will help you later in the analysis part. So data analysis began during the data collection phase for a more comprehensive analysis, and I went through review and careful transcription of information, and data transcribing and coding were regular activities during field work, and my themes were generated through rigorous coding, exploring participant experience, feeling, and opinions. And finally, my findings were interpreted by connecting them with theories, policies, literature, and personal experiences. And regarding the quality standard of my research work, as this is academic study, I engaged myself in my research area for a prolonged period with my participant in their natural setting, and I have established a trusting relationship with my participant, and I value my participant feedback, and I make changes based on their input, and I provide a detailed description of the research context and participant background to ensure the credibility of my research. And for my ethical consideration, I introduced myself and my research purpose at the beginning of my research, and I took convenient time of my participant to interact and to have formal and informal discussion with them, and I made sure to make them feel comfortable to express their views, and I respect their privacy, and I avoid harm. I avoid doing harm to them. And I also learned to maintain social and cultural boundaries and balance social closeness. And I also follow, as I was conducting my research from Kathmandu University, I followed the ethical guidelines of Kathmandu University as well. So when I went to the field, and when I tried to ask my research participant about their understanding of integrity, the first thing most of my participants said was about the timing. For them, punctuality was one of the aspects that a teacher needs to maintain integrity. And there are other terminologies or other themes also emerge, like adherence to rules and regulation, teamwork, transparency, honesty, trustworthiness, accountability, professionalism, sincerity, self-internalization, and no cheating, like ठगीपन गर्नु भएन integrity हुनको लागि. There can different terminologies, and different teachers have different views on what integrity is for them. So when I was in the first research school, I have named, like, first one with high learning achievement is Sungava school, and next one is Jagriti school. Sorry, I forgot to mention it earlier. So when I was there, and when I was researching in that school, on the first day only, one of the teachers with more than 35 years of experience working in that same school was saying, like, you school ma काम गर्नु र फलाम पाउनु त एउटै हो. He was saying it repeatedly, and I was in the staff room, and he was working here and there, and again he was saying, like, you school ma काम गर्नु र फलाम पाउनु एउटै हो. Like, he was, by saying this, he was mentioning the strict rules that the teachers are facing, or while they are working in that school. And while saying that, he also said that one of the teachers who got transferred to that particular school, transfer because he was not being able to work under the strict rules and regulation of the Sungava school. And so that he was saying, like, you school ma kaam garnu ra falam cha paunu एउटै ho. And whenever I asked, he was repeating that line, so I never forgot that line. And in the same school, I want to say one more example. Like, it was exam time, and one of the teacher came from the classroom and came to the office where I was also staying, and she said, like, I'm so much tired today. The students were making noise, and they all completed their exam before the time. So I let them go out of the class, and it was just like 5 to 7 minutes to time sakinu bhanda 5 to 7 minutes matra bhएको थियो. And when she was sharing that, the assistant head teacher came and asked, like, ma'am, where are your students? And some students are making noise outside in the ground, and others are giving exam in the examination hall. And then she said, like, only 7 minutes left, and they were making noise, so I let them go. But he said, like, तपाईले यसरी सोध्नु हुँदैन थियो, बच्चाहरुले हल्ला गरिरहेछन्, अरूलाई डिस्टर्ब भयो, so please तपाई आफ्नो क्लासमा जानुहोस् भनेर. She didn't say a word, and she just went out of the office and बच्चाहरुलाई बोलाएर फेरि क्लासमा लग्यो. And the head teacher said that, assistant head teacher said that, look, ma'am, we have a problem on the way. Like, त्यो बाटोमा चाहिँ कस्तो हुँदै भन्दाखेरि टिपर चलिबस्ने के, अनि टिपर म्यानेजमेन्ट टिमसँग, एसएमसी को टिमसँग र स्कुलको टिम मिलेर चाहिँ के एग्रिमेन्ट भएको थियो रहेछ भने उनीहरुको 9 to 10 र 4 to 5 चाहिँ टिपर नचलाउने, अनि बिचमा त चलाउने भयो. And when there was exam time त बिचमा सकिने भयो, सो त्यो बेला टिपर चल्ने भयो. अनि बच्चाहरुलाई छोड्दाखेरि उनीहरुको चाहिँ अब सेफ्टीमा चाहिँ प्रब्लम हुने भएर हेड टिचरले त्यसो गर्नु भएको रहेछ. बट द थिंग्स वेन्ट लाइक अब डिफरेन्ट वेमा गयो. अब एउटा म त एज अ आउटसाइडर मेरो अगाडि भन्दाखेरि त्यो टिचरलाई पनि अलिकति नमजा त लाग्यो होला. त्यहाँ स्ट्रिक्ट रुल्स छ भनेर थाहा हुँदा हुँदै पनि टिचरहरुलाई चाहिँ अलिकति गाह्रो भयो. अनि उहाँले चाहिँ त्यो अब यसबाट के भन्न खोज्छु भन्दाखेरि त्यो टिचरहरुले जहिले पनि रुल्समा काम गरिराख्नु भएको छ. त्यहाँ स्ट्रिक्ट रुल्स छ नै हैन. त्यो कुन सिनेरियोमा म त्यहाँ भएर जसोसुकै भए पनि त्यो इन्सिडेन्ट भयो. अनि पछि अहिले चाहिँ मैले के भन्न खोजेको भन्दाखेरि इन्टिग्रिटी एउटा टिचरले मेन्टेन गर्दाखेरि इज एन्ड एभ्री टाइम इट इज नट पोसिबल टु मेन्टेन इन्टिग्रिटी लाइक बियोन्ड टाइम. आफ्नो स्टोरी हुन्छ, आफ्नो कन्टेक्स्ट हुन्छ. सो इट वाज वान अफ द इन्सिडेन्ट. एन्ड in another school, like in Jagriti school, when I went there with one of the teacher, and त्यहाँ चाहिँ लोकल गाडी जाँदैन थियो, अनि अलिकति 1.5 घण्टा हिँड्नु पर्ने थियो हाइवेबाट. So I had contact with one teacher, and I went, and त्यो स्कुल पुग्नुभन्दा अगाडि I saw few female teachers walking towards the school, and it was only like 15-20 मिनट बाँकी थियो स्कुल पुग्नलाई. And I was wondering, like मलाई अझ 10-15 मिनट लाग्छ स्कुल पुग्न बाइकमा भने उहाँलाई अझ बढी लाग्छ, more than half an hour, 40 minutes. त्यो बेलासम्म स्कुल स्टार्ट भइसक्छ. So I went to the school, to that second school, Chautari school, and I saw, like, when I reached there, it was already assembly time, and the head teacher was conducting the assembly. And when he was doing so, some students were coming, some teachers were attending in the middle. So that was totally different than what I have seen in my previous research school in Sungava school. And after the assembly, we went to the office room. Every teacher was there, so I introduced myself with them, and they were, I didn't see them like एकदम हतारिएर उहाँहरु अब क्लास टाइम भयो भनेर जान खोज्नु भने सबैसँग राम्रोसँग इन्ट्रोडक्सन भयो. And they asked me, like, one of the Nepali teacher, I think, asked me, like, तपाईं यहाँ किन आउनुभयो यस्तो गाह्रो गरेर यहाँ त बस्ने ठाउँ पनि छैन, बिकज त्यहाँ कुनै होटल थिएन, त्यहाँ होमस्टे थिएन, मलाई अप एन्ड डाउन हुँदा त गाह्रो हुने भयो, तपाईले त यहाँ के पाउनुहुन्न, तपाईले यहाँ रिसर्च गरेर के पाउनुहुन्छ. And at that time I feel like research means उहाँहरुको लागि त्यो हामीले कहिलेकाहीँ गर्छौं नि क्वालिटेटिभ रिसर्च केही लाएर फर्किन्छ नि, सानो त्यो कन्सल्टेन्ट वर्कहरु भनौं, त्यस्तो कुनै त्यस्तो उहाँले देख्नु भएको होला. अनि उहाँले त्यो सोच्नु भएछ. अनि मैले चाहिँ म चाहिँ मेरो पीएचडी को जोड्नको लागि आएको हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ you will get nothing, तपाई यहाँ आउनु त बेकार हो, तपाईले यसो दुःख पाउनु त बेकार हुनेछ भनेर भन्नुभयो. त्यसो कुरा गर्दै गर्दाखेरि उहाँहरुको क्लास टाइम भयो, बिस्तारै एक जना गरेर जानु भयो, बट इट वाज अलरेडी क्रस्ड. अनि मैले चाहिँ एकजना अर्को त्यहाँ सरसँग कुरा गर्दै गर्दाखेरि उहाँले पनि अब के हो त तपाईलाई अब इन्टिग्रिटी भनेको टिचरमा इन्टिग्रिटी के हुनुपर्छ, सबभन्दा फर्स्ट टाइमको कुरा भनिहाल्नु भयो उहाँले पनि. सो पहिलाको अगाडिको स्कुलको टिचरले पनि त्यही भन्नुभयो, पछाडिको पनि फर्स्टमा नाम निकाल्नु भएको चाहिँ पङ्क्चुअलिटीकै कुरा गर्नुभयो, which was rare to see in that school. सो त्यो स्कुलको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ त्यहाँ चाहिँ टिचरहरु चाहिँ टाइमिङमा आउनु भएको थिएन हैन. And not only the teacher, but in my overall journey over there, I saw, like, not only teachers, students were also not coming to school on time. So punctuality problems were observed in second school. And when there is like the talk of punctuality, it impacts on overall school environment and also to the student behavior. So regarding the timing or punctuality, I also like to state one another story. Like, one of the teacher from one of the research sites said, like, I entered this particular school after working in private school for 5 years. I came with strong discipline, enthusiasm and commitment. But as days passed, I found myself being dull than in my previous school. I'm not blaming other teachers, but I think that the activities that were running and the way teachers were working drove me towards that. No sooner I found myself being lazy, even to stay full-time in class. So it was from one of the participants who has worked as a teacher in private school, and she was fresh. And a teacher from another school said, I used to work in a remote public school where there were very few number of students compared with the number of teachers. I did not have to take more classes, but as I moved to this particular school, I found strict rules and regulation of the school which every teacher must follow and was following. It was difficult for me to cope for a few days, but now it is set as a habit. Now I'm enjoying my work here. I still remember one teacher saying that working in this school is difficult. This school is more strict than others, but I think I have done my job properly, and even if I fail to follow the school rules, I'm informed by the teachers and head teacher as well. So this is and other case, when I feel that my stay of 1 hour in class is meaningful and my students understand what I taught in that period, then I become satisfied with my work. I'm so attached to my students that when I see any of them upset and not concentrating on their studies, then I talk with them separately. When they share their problems and hear my suggestion, I feel satisfied with my job. What a teacher needs more than that when she or he is satisfied with the work she or he is doing. So यसमा त के देखिन्छ भन्दाखेरि स्कुलको कल्चरले, स्कुलको रुल्स एन्ड रेगुलेसनले त एउटा बाटो देखाउँछ भने टिचरको आफ्नो एजेन्सी पनि हुने रहेछ. टिचरले आफूले चाह्यो भने पनि त हुने रहेछ हैन, आफ्नो सेल्फ एजेन्सी पनि. मलाई स्टुडेन्टले के भन्ला, मलाई मेरो रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी हो, उनीहरुको फ्युचर मेरो हातमा छ भने जुन त्यो एजेन्सीमा पनि भर पर्दो रहेछ भनेर पनि यहाँ कुनै केसेसले चाहिँ देखाएको छ. एन्ड and my participants also take teamwork, working in team as integrity of teachers. So अनि अर्को कुरा एउटा चाहिँ के भन्नु ट्रान्सपरेन्ट हुनुपर्छ हैन इन्टिग्रिटी साथ टिचर्स इन्टिग्रिटी भन्नाले चाहिँ टिचर्सहरु चाहिँ ट्रान्सपरेन्ट हुनुपर्छ भनेर पनि आएको छ। यसमा चाहिँ के एउटा एक्जाम्पल छ भन्दाखेरि म एउटा स्कुलमा केही टाइम ग्यापमा बिकज आई वाज रिसर्चिङ इन टु डिफरेन्ट रिसर्च स्कुल एउटाबाट अर्कोमा जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ आई फाउन्ड समथिङ डिफरेन्ट इन द अफिस सेटअप अफिस जस्तो राम्रोसँग सेटअप गरेर राखेको रहेछ बाहिर डिफरेन्ट थियो। अनि फेरि म पनि पहिला पब्लिक स्कुलमा काम गरेको भएर मलाई थाहा छ त्यो चाहिँ कि एकैताल त्यो चेन्जेसहरू आफूले चाहेबाट पनि ल्याउन सक्दैन भनेर। अनि आज तपाईँहरूको त्यो फन्ड आएको हो भनेर अनि उहाँले भन्नुभयो हामीले फन्ड मागेको हो यसको लागि तर फन्ड आयो अर्कोको लागि जुन उहाँहरूलाई आवश्यक थिएन। अनि उहाँहरूले चाहिँ त्यो फन्डको पैसा चाहिँ युटिलाइज जुनको लागि जुन उहाँहरूले त्यो अफिसियल सेटअपको लागि गर्नुभयो जुन उहाँहरूलाई नेसेसरी थियो कपबोर्डहरू बनाउने टिचरको लागि जस्तो त्यो गर्नुभएको रहेछ। अनि त्यो चाहिँ उहाँहरूले खुलेर नै लाइक एसएमसी मिलेर एसएमसी पनि हुनुहुन्थ्यो त्यहाँ टिचरहरू सबैलाई थाहा हुने गरी नै ट्रान्सपरेन्ट वेमा गर्नुभयो तर गभर्मेन्टले जुनमा पैसा पठाएको त्यसलाई चाहिँ गर्नु भएन। सो ट्रान्सपरेन्ट इन द सेन्स त्यही त ट्रान्सपरेन्ट भयो तर जब बिलहरू बुझायो फेरि त्यो वेमा त गयो भने त फेरि हुँदा पनि हुँदैन हामी वी अल्सो नो द्याट। सो ट्रान्सपरेन्ट हुनुपर्छ त भन्नुभएको थियो। सो यसले गर्दाखेरि अलिकति प्याराडोक्सेसहरू पनि आएको छ भनेर मैले मेरो अर्को रिसर्च क्वेसनमा त एड्रेस गरेको छु। तर यसमा चाहिँ ट्रान्सपरेन्ट चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ तर प्र्याक्टिसमा चाहिँ यस्तो छ भनेर चाहिँ भन्नु खोजेको हो। सो यो सबै हामीले जब यो कुरा गर्दै गर्दाखेरि लाइक अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ त सबैको उस्तै नै हो जस्तो डिफ्रेन्ट कुराहरू आएको छ तर अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङमा चाहिँ कस्तो भन्दाखेरि टाइम प्रायले भनेको कतिवटा त मिलेकोहरू छ कतिजनाले भन्नुभएको अनुसार नै आएको छ भनेपछि यो क्वाइट सिमिलर एमङ द टिचर्स द्याट आई इन्टरेक्टेड एन्ड आई इन्टरभ्युड from two different research schools, but while we talk about the practice, it was different and it varied from one school to another school and from one teacher to another teacher as well. So it seems to be contextual. Is it contextual? Depending upon the agency of the teacher as well. So whenever the teachers were expressing like what is their understanding on integrity, they were saying like उहाँले चाहिँ यो एक्सप्रेस गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ टिचरहरूलाई यो हुनुपर्छ नि यो यस्तो उहाँको इमेजिनेसनमा जुन हुन्छ नि एज ए आइडियल टिचर कस्तो हुनुपर्छ त्यो चाहिँ अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङमा आएको बट वाट एक्चुअली दे आर प्र्याक्टिसिङ त्यो चाहिँ नआएको जस्तो लाग्यो। सो स्कुल स्ट्रक्चर सिस्टम एन्ड रुल्स प्ले अ भाइटल रोल इन सेपिङ टिचर्स बिहेभियर एन्ड teachers who demonstrate integrity in one setting may not necessarily exhibit the same behavior in another context. So we can also see from that two research schools like teachers rely more on institutional culture and practices than your own personal experience and competence in their profession. So now regarding my findings, as I have defined already in my introduction section as well, like what integrity is. Like different school of thought exists in understanding integrity. Like International Center for Academic Integrity define integrity in terms of 6 basic principles: honesty, trust, fairness, respect, responsibility, and courage. And while describing this honesty and trust by International Center for Academic Integrity, they also connected honesty with trust. So in my research also honesty has also come, but I have combined that because when there is honesty and then only the trust builds. So I have in my research like trust and honesty are coming together. And integrity action also define integrity as accountability, competence, ethical behavior, and corruption control. So my research finding is like for my research participant, teachers' integrity falls on 5 basic aspects that is time, tasks, transparency, trust, and teamwork, which I call these as 5 T's of teachers' understanding. And my research acknowledges the finding and the values presented by other authors, other organizations, but highlights the unique context in which teachers encounter integrity in their daily lives. And when we talk about the practices of integrity in the research school, teachers perform better when they have a sense of autonomy and can follow their inner interests. एउटा के पनि थियो भन्दाखेरि टिचर्स जहाँ चाहिँ अलिकति स्ट्रिक्ट रुल्स छ त्यही पनि फेरि उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ के थियो भन्दाखेरि दे वर लाइक allowed to walk freely and they were allowed to put their views and their views were respected also and they were given roles and responsibility. एउटा टिचरले त यतिसम्म भन्नुभएको थियो कि I don't like स्कुल र टिचरको रिलेसन भनेको चाहिँ फ्यामिली मेम्बरको जस्तो हुनुपर्छ, त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा बिलोङिङनेसको फिल हुन्छ र त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ इन्टिग्रिटी मेन्टेन हुन्छ भनेर भन्नुभएको थियो. सो टिचरको एजेन्सीले पनि काम गर्छ, कल्चरल त्यहाँको कन्टेक्स्टले पनि काम गर्छ, त्यहाँको इन्भाइरोमेन्टले पनि काम गर्छ भने however the context and situation in school often like limit teachers' autonomy and control over their work, and there's a tension between individual agency and social context plays a significant role in shaping a teacher's practice of integrity. So there was found in the whole journey I found like there was a tension between individual agency and the social context. So teachers are guided by the culture and context of their surrounding, which can overshadow their internally perceived understanding and practice of integrity. उहाँहरुको बुझाइमा त छ नि यसो गर्नुपर्छ भनेर, तर प्र्याक्टिसमा डिफरेन्ट भएको चाहिँ त्यो कल्चरल एन्ड द कन्टेक्स्टले डिफाइन गरेको भनेको चाहिँ आएको छ. And the school culture and context enforce teachers to work according to certain norms and expectations, which impact their ability to fully exercise their professional autonomy, and understanding and navigating the tension between individual agency and social context is crucial in practicing and maintaining integrity in the teaching profession. So the conclusion of my study is like there is multiple understanding of integrity and it has its own uniqueness. And it is understood as a complex socio-cultural phenomena shaped by various elements such as societal values, cultural norms and institutional practices. And integrity cannot be understood in isolation from their socio-cultural context. Rather, it is a product of their experience, values, belief, and interaction with others in the community. And when teachers with a strong sense of agency are adaptable to their context, flexible and develop new ideas when faced with challenges, and teachers who feel constrained by institutional policies are more inclined to conform to established norms and practices. So maintaining proactive integrity can be a violation of legal positivist principles sometimes, and when discussing integrity, it's often about balancing these two approaches like legal positivism or proactive integrity. So these are my preferences. Thank you.